like there's so much grief in men around the whole issue of the kind of fathering that they received and the kind of fathering that they needed and wanted and didn't get. And it's like this ache, that just doesn't go away if you don't pay attention to it, if you don't do something with it, if you don't get into contact with it, if you don't communicate with that part of yourself. And then the other thing that came up for me when you were just talking was that, a lot of us have a lot of grief for our earlier selves that we rejected. Because, so for example, in my case, I was a real smart kid and everybody called me a nerd, a brainiac, and all this stuff. But that stuff didn't start till middle school.
Right.
In elementary school, I was proud of myself. I loved, being smart and getting awards and all that kind of stuff. And by the time I got into late middle school, early high school, I severed myself from that part of my identity. I did everything I could to bury it because I didn't want to be known for that. That wasn't well received. And
Right.
I loved model rocketry when I was a kid. I built rockets, and I've got a picture on my desk right in front of me here of myself with my rockets and how happy I looked and everything. And I keep it there to remind myself that he's still in there.
Right.
But we lose a lot. Like there are necessary losses that we have to incur in order to move into adulthood and to be men. But I think the mistake a lot of men make is they just go, well, that's over. That's gone. I don't need to think about it again. It's still a loss, even if it was necessary
Right.
by circumstance or socialization or just the process of transforming from a child into an adult. Those losses really sting a lot of us. But again, as you said, we're not taught or encouraged to look at that. We're just supposed to go, well, that was in the past. That doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to keep leaning forward.